Coach Allen, a scrimmage here in fall camp on a Saturday morning. What'd you see competitiveness as the teams went back and forth for a couple hours on the field?
Yeah, I thought that from just watching it live, obviously go check and watch the film. We'll give me some more specifics, but initial observation was great intensity, both sides making plays. Thought that receivers caught the ball well, made some big plays on the perimeter, which they need to. Thought we got some great stops defensively at key times, especially short yardage. So I think we need to, obviously, on the offensive side of the football, execute better there and get more production in that perspective. But I thought the quarterbacks played well as a group, and it was hard for us to get takeaways. Ball wasn't on the ground hardly at all, and that's what you want from your offense. And they moved the ball at times, but also defense ponied up. So you got going against each other. You got both sides, and if you came away from this scrimmage feeling like one side was very dominant, you'd probably be pretty nervous about the other. So,
Coach, you see the offense, and I guess both sides of the ball, but some young guys get that first experience and as close to a game atmosphere maybe as you've had to this point. Any young guys you see really maybe thrive in that moment?
I thought Raheem Lane really stepped up, freshman corner from Florida, and I'm really pleased with him. We need depth at that position, and LaDamian Hunt as well, call him Day-Day. He did some good things on the perimeter, and those guys stuck out to me. I also thought Alan Stallings defensively did some great things. Morgan Ellison at running back, I think he's going to have, if he stays healthy and works hard, he could have a chance to be a special back here. And I thought a young quarterback stood up, and both of them, and both Peyton and Nick. So a lot of young guys looking good, and there are a lot of positions that really need a lot of work, but it's still early in camp.
Coach Allen, situationally, it seemed towards the end, especially going through maybe some red zone situations, different things of that nature, the offense, as you guys search for that consistency, what steps need to be taken? What'd you see maybe out there situationally from the offense today?
I just think it's typical, when you get in the early opportunities for us to be able to make those plays. There's a false start here and there. Those are drive killers. You can't have those. I think more than anything, it's getting your feet set and executing the scheme. We do a lot of things defensively, give you a lot of looks, and so that can be difficult for those guys to be able to kind of process all of that when they're going, at a good tempo. So I just think it's continued reps. It's take off, it's get off on both sides of the ball. Especially as you get, late in the scrimmage, and we win 120, 30 snaps, and fatigue sets in. You got to be able to concentrate. That's what we did in overtime period there at the end. So we're just trying to stress them and put them in those positions to have to focus.
Coach, you've run through 2 weeks of the camp, call it a halfway point at reaching up to the season opener. Where do you assess your team is at as far as the preparation and the process of getting ready for the season?
I would say that, I like where we are. We're not where we want to be. We know that we have an opportunity on the 31st. We don't, there's no ramp-up situations. You have to be on top of your game then. So, use this game as we call it preseason game number 1. Next week, Saturday, will be preseason game number 2, and then we'll have a preseason number 3. So, a chance to get the first one in. I like where we're at. I think it's going to give us a lot of things to focus on and work on these next several practices. So, I just love the attitude and the effort.
Coach, finally, just this next maybe week of fall camp as you inch closer to specific game prep, say, focusing on Ohio State in the opener, what's this next week look like for the guys?
Well, still going to be very physical, and I think that's going to be a priority for, especially to me, short yardage situations. Haven't worked on those as much. Really worked on them quite a bit, probably more today than we even did in the past several practices. So I'm really going to emphasize that, just like I said, winning those one-on-ones up front, creating those creases as an offense, shutting down those creases as a defense, and being able to execute both sides of the ball when you don't have a lot of margin for error because of the short yardage situation. So to me, that's going to be the priority, staying physical and finishing out strong next Saturday with our second opportunity.